Well, thank you very much, and I'm surprised to be here, I must say, because, well, after studying psychology, I was surprised to run innovations for Siemens, and when they asked me one day to build up a new category of product, I was surprised once again in my life when I finally ended up running a group which developed into IPTV. So I was running for some years inside Siemens an IPTV branch and built up IPTV systems in Belgium, in the Netherlands, and that had nothing to do with small companies, startups, and the lifestyle we talk about here, venture capital. And so I was a totally Siemens-oriented guy till I discovered something that changed my life significantly. That is that you could do everything IPTV promises to the end user by doing it as an over-the-top service. So you didn't need to be the customer of ours, the big giant telecoms, the British telecoms, the Deutsche Telekom type company to do exactly the same thing. And that is when I changed my life and became the managing director of moreTV, a small company running out of Potsdam, Germany, with some engineering, nearshore in Romania, 25 full-time people doing exactly the same as IPTV, offering the same user experience. Within the year 2010, we will be converging into exactly the same user experience over the top. That means your television stays where it is. That means everything stays where it is. Your internet connection stays with the provider you have. You just get the additional features of IPTV, or what you in this country could call Sky Plus, or in the United States would call a TiVo, exactly the same user experience from a very small 25 people company. What is the trick about that? Well, we deliver interactivity from the internet line, and we mix it on screen, on the end user device, basically, with free TV. Now, for those of you who live in Great Britain, forget everything you know about television markets, also for the people living in the US. Because in some markets in the world, television works like this. You put up an antenna in the air, and you receive television signals. That's it. So most people in Germany do not have an operator serving them. They do not sign up for television at all. They just put in a satellite antenna, a terrestrial antenna in the air, and they watch television. That's more than half of the German population. Consequently, pay TV is very small, and there are some markets like that, and exactly for this market, most of them buy the end user device in retail stores. You go to a shop, you buy PVR, you buy a satellite receiver, you put it up, hook it up to your satellite antenna, and it works. That's exactly the type of market we work in. We start in Germany, and we do exactly the same thing as IPTV on these retail devices. So basically, if you think of the network cost of a classical IPTV system, which I've been doing inside of Germany, you're basically saving this entire network thing. You don't put up fiber optic cables to users' homes. You don't do all the things you would usually do. You just deliver, or actually you put a little piece of software on the thing the consumer buys anyway. So if you look, I'm very, very happy that the colleagues from BTV explained so nicely how powerful a recommendation engine can be. Because that's exactly also what we do. We do in a recommendation engine. One of them is now on sale, this product there in front, in a shop called Real in Germany. It's 99 euros a piece, and it comes with a full recommendation engine in it. So it's basically on the market. We are a B2C company. Remember, we are 30 people. We're delivering the entire value chain over the top, which usually does IPTV. And of course, there's a recommendation engine built in that product. So every evening you come home, you see your 3-4 favorite shows on the television screen. What does that do to television consumption? Basically, what happens is that you start watching the stuff we're recommending to you. Because we tape it automatically. We call it auto-recording. So in the evening, about 20% of all selective television consumption is shifted to the recommendations we do on these devices. And yes, they sell this month. All of them sell at the moment. These are no prototypes, no slideshows. These are existing products, all of them with recommendation engines on board. Most of them, actually, we do deliver unidirectional by a satellite. We run our own satellite link to these systems, all on IP. Or like the white ones, they have little antennas that hook up in your internet environment you have at home, a wireless LAN. You hook them up once, and there we are delivering the additional services on the system. Of course, some of them have some tricks, like the ones on the left. What do you do there? You do things like advertising jump over. That is legal in Germany, so you can watch without advertising. We just started promoting that. a large German media company called Burda just invested in us, gave us some power also to advertise these things for the first time. Basically, what you get from the services are things like recommended recordings, that's the recommendation engine at work. You can remotely record, you can use your mobile phone, your iPhone. We have an iPhone app, for instance, to then program your PVR over the satellite link. We have assistants, recording assistants, serial assistants, things in TiVo speak that are called Season Pass. We have VOD, Web TV, these are existing Web TV libraries, but also the entire VOD stuff. If you have a satellite link to your set-top box, you basically have the entire portfolio of experience IPTV does to you. And on top of that, in Germany, as we don't have any connection with any television stations, we can do all the rogue things, all the bad things. We're like the bad kids on the blocks for IPTV. We do advertising jump over in all of our devices now for free. I know this is not nice for private television. Okay, that's the main revenue base, obviously. But actually, once you buy one of our devices, you'll not see advertising on the private channels anymore. And that is legal due to high court ruling in Germany. Basically, that's what we offer. So I very often compare a very small organization doing exactly the same thing like the big giants. And basically, we do it for $5.99 a month, so much, much cheaper. We do it over the top. We don't have any connection with you. I compare us very often to a Ryanair type business model compared to the big British Airways guys, and they really don't know what to do with us. What we do is we do B2C. So yes, we do run a website that is B2C. We have a call center. We do all the stuff a typical operator does, but we work through the CE manufacturers or the network operators, and we offer our services. Yes, we are very small. In Germany, for instance, Deutsche Telekom has about 1 million households signed up for IPTV. Vodafone has about 50,000. We have 250,000, which we're serving on a daily basis. That is not much, but on the other hand, it puts our little team almost, on par with the big giants. How do we do that? Well, we basically give these consumer brands, which are actually low-end or mid-range consumer brands like Medion, very much retail-focused brands like Smart, SkyMaster. We give them a revenue share of what we do if they let us play on their set-top boxes, on their PVRs. If they let our software on that, we pay. So it's one of these no-brainer deals. We come to them and say, hey, you want money? We just need to put a little piece of software and an EPG, premium EPG, on your set-top box. Is that okay for you? Now, how much money do we make? If you look at one of these products, which is one of our longer running, that thing has been selling since 2005, actually, so a long time. We have been able to pull off that product, on average, of every produced product, 36 euros. Now, this year is the fourth year, we are above 50 euros. So cumulative, we're earning more than actually the profit margin that is on selling the set-top box itself. So over time, actually, in this case, Medion gets more money from us by revenue share than what they initially earn on selling the box into retail, which I think is a very nice promise for them and for us also. What do we want to do? Well, some figures here. On average, about 20%, a little above that actually, of all the subscribers that buy the set-top box or buy a PVR in retail sign up for our services after a free trial period. Now, this is without advertising. Now, with the media company investing us, we are pulling off a 2 million advertising campaign this year. We're just starting now this Christmas business. The first product line of SkyMaster was delivered today to the shops. So, I mean today, this day, the last day of November. So we start putting out our advertising campaign just now into the publications of Burda. And we also measure, of course, our churn. I'm happy that more than 80% of all of our consumers stay with us. I mean, after all, that's a subscription model, so we basically grab money from them every year. And about 18% churn means that more than 80% seem to be somewhat happy with what we do. So what do we plan to do? Well, we plan to at first grow only in Germany and then look for other markets that are similarly structured, which have a lot of free-to-air content. Freeview is a very good model here in Britain that resembles a little of what we have in many countries. And we do exactly the same model. We basically tape television for you without you knowing it. We present it to you. We present it to you without advertising. We make it as convenient to watch TV. And it's exactly the same story as the other guys do, but we do it as a very, very small rogue bad kid on the block company. Thank you very much.